live from the Elite Ringside Network studios. This is Raw Review, and here are your hosts, AJ Jensen and Spencer Hart. What is going on, everybody? It's Spencer Hart. Welcome to Raw Review here on the Elite Ringside Network, Spreaker.com, iTunes, Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, TuneIn Radio, Castbox.fm, the satchel player for your Android and iPhone, and new on 434.com. I am Spencer Hart again, joined by AJ Jensen. How you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. What's going on?
I'm doing well. So, capped off another good Monday Night Raw last night, and honestly, after the dumpster fire that was Battleground, I'm sorry, we should talk about that here a little bit as well, because we didn't do a Fallout show. We're going through some changes here at the Elite Ringside Network, so I want to talk a little bit about Battleground before we get into Raw. On a scale of 1 to dumpster fire, how did you enjoy Battleground?
I almost fell asleep during it. That's how much I enjoyed it. Nothing really stood out to me at all except for that tag match.
Yeah, that tag match, though.
Tag match was amazing, I thought. It was the one match that really stood out to me. I would probably put it up for match of the night, because those two teams just tore the goddamn house down. And how is it that Big E was sweating more than anyone, and he wasn't even in the match?
Oh my god, that was so funny just watching his eyes as he was as he was watching the match. He was like the rest of us. We were sweating. We were gross. We were just loving the match. And I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
You need to bring back the towel off, bro, because holy crap. I couldn't believe it. I'm watching this, and I'm like, he is literally sweating worse than anyone in that match, and all he's doing is standing at ringside.
Yeah. Well, he was running around a lot, too.
I mean, true, but still. Towel off, bro.
Yeah, the tag match, definitely match of the night, because everything else was a complete and utter dumpster fire. The Great Khali's back, for some fucking reason.
That I actually don't mind. It makes perfect sense. See, I hate when they do shit and it makes no sense whatsoever, but that makes sense.
I guess, because he's one of the innovators of the Punjabi prison match.
Well, pretty much what he was. He was in the first ever.
Right.
But now it seems like they're having some kind of Middle Eastern stable with the Singh brothers and freaking hell, Great Khali and the modern day Maharaja.
Yeah.
Don't know what they're gonna call it, but Great Khali joining that group just makes them that much more credible, that much more of a threat. Because, I mean, let's all admit it, we've had fun watching Randy Orton just toss those Singh brothers around like they were nothing.
I mean, that commentator bump, though. Yeah, we almost lost a Singh brother on Sunday.
Oh, God. Yeah,
had to have been at least
insane.
15 feet, yeah.
But Great Khali coming back was actually probably one of the... I didn't actually mind. That was probably one of the better Punjabi prison matches. I mean, that was the third one in history.
Right.
And we had Khali and Undertaker, and I don't even remember who was in the second one.
Big Show and... No, I think it's Big Show and... I thought it was Big Show and Taker for the second one.
Oh, maybe. But either way, that one was the best one I think we've had out of the three. Which isn't saying much, but it's, better than the other three, or two.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably my second-ish favorite match of the night. And Great Khali coming back was probably like a high point for me.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the United States Championship match. I'm a little confused as why they put the belt on AJ just to give it back to Kevin. And I think there's some there's got to be some backstage something that we don't understand about that. But in my
yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't know, but can we just talk about the fact that AJ Styles' right shoulder was up the entire 3 count?
Yeah, the entire 3 count, and the ref counted the pin.
There's something that me and Chris always talked about when we recorded for Smart Money, and it's the attention to detail. And I've seen a lot of it just kind of slipping away lately. Was it Lesnar and Samoa Joe, their match? When Joe's got the coquina clutch on Lesnar, Lesnar backs him into the corner and grabs top rope, like as he was backing him into the corner. Referee doesn't break the hold. And I know that's probably not what they were going for, but it's that little attention to detail where if you grab the ropes, the ref is supposed to have you break the hold. It wasn't a no DQ match or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, they do that type of shit in no DQ matches too, where a submission hold, they grab the ropes and the ref makes them break the hold. And they've done it and they've not done it, but it's just a little attention to details. It really gets me sometimes, and that was a huge one. I thought it's just like, okay, what the fuck? His shoulder was up the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Somebody on Reddit made a really good point that maybe Kevin winning the belt wasn't necessarily supposed to happen. A couple things. One, there was a little bit of delay when the 3 count was counted and the music went off. The second thing was there was no replay or alternate camera angle to show the pin or what happened right before the pin. So maybe Kevin wasn't supposed to win, and that was just the ref thought that AJ was had both shoulders on the mat and wasn't moving, when in fact he had his right shoulder up and the ref just didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of... I think that's a little far-fetched. I think it might have been maybe something... Maybe it was a last-second call from the back.
Maybe.
But who knows? I didn't like it. I don't like the fact that they put it on AJ at a house show and had him drop it now to Kevin Owens again. And it's just why?
Yeah.
What's the point? I don't get it. Nothing really major has happened from then till now. And now it's just like everyone kind of thought we were going to get Nakamura and AJ Styles at SummerSlam for the U.S. Championship, which would have been fucking amazing. And now it seems they're not going that way. It seems like they're sticking with the Baron Corbin-Nakamura feud, which that match wasn't that bad. Now that I'm thinking back about it, that match wasn't all that bad. But I don't understand what they're doing with AJ and KO.
Yeah, it is quite confusing. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It'll most likely lead to a rubber match for the belt at SummerSlam, which I guess. So I want to get your final take. Battleground, scale of 1 to 10. How did you think the pay-per-view did?
4.5, maybe 5.
That's being generous. I would give it a 2, maybe 3. 3, I would push more towards the 3 just because of the tag team match. That was phenomenal.
The tag team match was good. Like I said, the main event wasn't that bad. It was definitely, in my opinion, the best Punjabi prison match we've ever had. Great Khali coming back was a surprise. And like I said, just going back and mentioning that, I forgot that Nakamura and Baron Corbin was actually a decent match. The finish was very Baron Corbin heelish, so I like that. It's going to keep the feud going. It did make Nakamura look weak. It made Baron Corbin just look that much more of a badass, and I actually like that match. The women's match was I don't know. I liked Natalya going over. That was probably my favorite part of it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, probably 4.5, 5 for me.
Yeah. So let's move into Monday Night Raw. And we started Monday Night Raw with Kurt Angle calling out Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns to talk about what happened the week before during the number one contendership match for the Universal title. Braun Strowman getting involved and causing the disqualification. It's been announced, of course, last night on Monday Night Raw that it'll be a fatal four-way match for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam with Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, and Roman Reigns.
They really shocked us with that one.
Yeah,
because nobody saw that one coming.
We all telegraphed that match to be happening. Oh, say what? I said to you probably 2 months ago that it would happen. Yeah, this was one of the...
We've all been talking about it for months.
Yeah.
Someone on one of the wrestling groups even's like, after last week, they're like, I predict that it's going to be a fatal four-way at SummerSlam. I was like, we've all been predicting that for like a while now.
We've known that for weeks. Yeah, so fatal four-way match at SummerSlam for the Universal title. Right after Angle's decision was announced, Roman basically told everybody to shut up and punched Braun Strowman, and a wild brawl ensued, and my favorite part
I wish we could get more of that Roman. That Roman I love.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole come out and talk way too longer than like way too much more than he has to.
Yeah.
It's like, as I was watching that segment in my head, I was like, I think it would just be awesome if he's like, you know what? Shut up, and just hits one of them. And then he fucking did it, and I was like, okay, that was really good.
Yeah.
That's the Roman I like to see, you know. When he came out after beating Undertaker at WrestleMania and just stood there and then just said, this is my yard now, dropped the mic and walked away. That's the Roman I want to see. Embrace the fact that he's getting booed. I mean, a couple cities now here and there, he's been getting cheered more than booed, but it's like overwhelmingly more boos than cheers. And I just think they should embrace that. I think he would make a great heel.
Yeah. And
I think making him a legit heel is how eventually you'll get him over, because you can put him in a great feud with, you know, somebody, you know, I would say maybe even like him and maybe like him and Hunter in the future. Mm-hmm. Something like that. But
my favorite part of this brawl was when Braun Strowman, when Kurt Angle sent out the security team, Braun Strowman grabs the security guard and tosses him over the top rope, like probably, I'd say 4 or 5 feet away from the ring. Just,
I posted like right after that happened. I was like, I think Braun Strowman just killed that guy. And then I posted another video today when I was like I said before, I think Braun Strowman killed that guy. He probably has the world record in WWE for throwing someone outside of the ring. I mean, I thought like back in the day when who was it? Bam Bam Bigelow used to toss fucking Spike Dudley, ECW, when he used to just like run and throw him into like the 5th row. Now, granted, nowadays WWE, their fans sit farther back than that. I'm predicting, or I'm just going to go out and make like a hypothesis here, that if that was an ECW crowd and Braun Strowman threw that security guard the way he did, 10th row. Would have landed in the 10th row.
Yeah.
And someone actually made a good point. They said, it actually looks like he held back at the last second, like he could have put more force into it, but kind of looked like he pulled back a little bit. Otherwise, I think that dude ended up halfway up the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, he landed and rolled, I think, all the way up the ramp.
Props to that dude for, like, you know, being able to turn himself in midair and actually salvage, which looked like it was going to be death.
How do you think that was pitched to him? Like, hey, man, you're going to go out work security for Raw tonight. Quick heads up. Braun Strowman's going to throw you over the top rope about, say, 5-10 feet. And just try not to die.
Probably young local dude that wants the exposure. I tell you what, if anything, if that guy was local talent, which I'm 95% sure he was, because anytime they have security that comes out like that, it's all local talent from the area.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we've had a couple of our friends in Minneapolis do security for Raw and do a thing like that, but they didn't get tossed around like that. But if anything, that dude now is going to be probably so over in that local area because he was the guy that Braun Strowman threw halfway out of the arena.
Oh, props to him, whoever you are.
Yeah, exactly. A nasty bump.
Yep, so let's move into the no DQ match with Elias Samson, Finn Balor. Of course, most likely setting up a feud between Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt coming in at the end of the match to hit Finn Balor with the Sister Abigail, allowing Elias Samson to crawl on him for the pin. I hope they don't push this feud for SummerSlam, because I think, well, would that be too soon for a match between
Bray
Finn
and
and
Balor?
Wyatt? Yeah.
Oh, it's happening at SummerSlam.
Is it? Okay.
I actually we had a conversation. I want to say it was last week back when I did this show with another person. We talked about how, and I also have read this too, that it seems like we're going to get the Demon Finn Balor at SummerSlam, which it's going to be awesome. We haven't seen it since. Was it last SummerSlam?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because that'll be 1 year since Balor got injured, I believe.
Holy crap.
So we're going to see the Demon for probably the first time in a year, which means, if they do the Demon entrance for Balor, they should do something crazy for Bray Wyatt. And I think they should do some, especially because they're going to be New Orleans. They need to do something.
No, SummerSlam is in Brooklyn.
Oh, it's in Brooklyn?
Yep.
What the fuck?
WrestleMania is in New Orleans.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, that other person gave me some wrong info. That SummerSlam was in New Orleans. Anyways, I think if they have Balor do the Demon thing, they should do some kind of cool entrance with Bray Wyatt too, because that'll just draw everyone into that match like 10 times more. But Bray and Balor, those are my number 1 and number 2 on Raw right now. Have been for a while.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this feud. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a one and done.
No.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to see what they do after this.
I agree. The Finn Balor Bray Wyatt feud seems like a very good idea, especially when you factor in the Demon King with Finn Balor, and you've got the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt. Both have that evil kind of gimmick to them. I think you can make that work, and that would be hot fire if you can do that correctly.
I just wish this was for a title.
Yeah, so does everybody else. Yeah, so let's move in now.
I just want to say something real quick because I never understood why they called Bray Wyatt the Eater of Worlds. But then I saw a picture of JoJo's booty, and then I understood it. Then I understood it. I think, has anyone even talked about that?
Not really.
That whole thing happened?
I haven't.
I know I haven't.
I haven't heard a lot since it broke on Twitter.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard anything about that.
Now I know why they call him the Eater of Worlds, because damn.
Because damn. I want to gloss over very quickly Big Cass versus Enzo. God, poor Enzo
Big
Amore.
ass.
Poor Enzo Amore.
I give him credit because he keeps coming back.
He does. He keeps getting the crap stomped out of him. Yes.
Oh.
Enzo Amore again calls out Big Cass. Cass comes out and annihilates the poor Jersey fellow. And of course, as everybody can telegraph, Big Show came out again and Cass easily stomped him as well. What do you think is happening for Big Cass? Do you think he's going to get a push to the moon? What do you think is happening?
I'm actually just reading an article today about that, and it seems like he's supposed to get a push, but they're worried that he's not going to be able to draw any heat unless he's battling Enzo. Because it seems like anytime he goes after Big Show, it's he gets like a little bit of heat or whatever. But it's only when he goes after Enzo, like where he gets the real heat.
Yeah.
So they're worried about that. I think they're gonna try and, from the article that I read, they're gonna try and get Cass a nice big push.
Okay.
And then see where it goes. See if he can draw heat on his own. Otherwise, I think they might just have Enzo come out once every couple of weeks, get his ass kicked so they can just keep booing him.
Yeah, so this will probably lead to a match somewhere down the road for Big Show and Cass. I don't want to say SummerSlam. Maybe a kickoff show match.
Can we talk about how sad it is that Big Show shaved off that amazing beard he had? Yeah. I about damn wept when I saw him walk out on Raw and he just had that fucking goatee again. Like, damn it. He rocked that freaking gnarly beard so damn well.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, so if any match down the road, I would say a kickoff match at SummerSlam because, SummerSlam is like 18 hours long, so you gotta fill the time somewhere. I read a good point on Reddit. What titles won't be defended at SummerSlam? Because you think about it, you got two shows that have a tag match, or tag champs, women's champs, top belts. That's 6 belts right there. Plus you've got the Cruiserweight Championship. You've got the Intercontinental Championship. That's 8. Do you think any one of them won't be defended at SummerSlam?
Well, SummerSlam's going to be a joint show.
Yeah.
I got a feeling, it's going to be 4 hours again.
Right. 5 with the kickoff show.
5 with the kickoff show. Well,
oh wait,
it's 6 last year with the kickoff
that's
show.
Right. The kickoff show is 2 hours long with the big 4.
So I got a feeling that if they do have all the titles on the line, we'll probably get maybe like a tag team title match in the pre-show. Maybe
Cruiserweight.
Maybe Cruiserweight in the pre-show, and then have the others on the main card. Mm-hmm. But I wonder if any of those titles will get left out. I wouldn't imagine so.
I guess my reasoning behind that,
Ambrose versus Miz again. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
AJ and KO. I would imagine the Usos would get their title rematch. That would maybe be on the main card.
Yeah.
Maybe the Raw tag titles will be on the pre-show. I don't know.
I guess my concern is you have matches that, aren't for titles. You've got, of course, Bray versus Finn. That'll happen at SummerSlam. You've got, who am I missing? You've got some matches that aren't for titles.
Not probably Nakamura and Baron Corbin probably will have something at SummerSlam.
Right. Yeah, so those are the matches I'm just a little tad concerned about, because there's so many. Just not
have the tag titles or something.
Right. So yeah, we are going to take.
Either way, that Fatal 4-Way is going to be fucking epic.
Yeah, that Fatal 4-Way is going to be. Oh, okay. I'm excited now. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish up Monday Night Raw. Continue to look forward to SummerSlam. That is next here on Raw Review. Psst. Hey you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Are you an energetic team player who loves to get into lengthy, logical discussions about pro wrestling? The Elite Ringside Network is looking for talented individuals to join their staff today. We are looking for on-air talent, video editors, and blog writers. If you are interested in joining the ever-growing Elite Ringside Network, send your information today to EliteRingsideNetworkWI@gmail.com. Be a part of something great. Be a part of the revolution. Be a part of the Elite Ringside Network. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer Hart from the Elite Ringside Network. Wanted to let you know about some amazing news. You can now listen to all of our great programming on the new Satchel podcast player for your Android and iPhones. Here's the deal. While you're listening to us on Satchel, you can send us a few dollars to make all of our amazing shows even better. So if you're listening to us right now on Satchel, go ahead and click on that donate button to send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Elite Ringside Network. Welcome back to Raw Review here on the Elite Ringside Network on Spreaker.com, iTunesPlayer.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, TuneIn Radio, CastBox.fm, the Satchel Player for your Android and iPhones, and also the official podcast of the 434 on Facebook and also on 434.com. So we are going to keep going with Monday Night Raw. I want to get into the match between Nia Jax and Emma, featuring the greatest move I think I've ever seen Nia Jax do. To end the match, a head over heels senton, I guess we'll call it. I remember the backstage segment with Kurt Angle. Emma basically told Kurt to fuck off and said that she doesn't need your permission to date, or she doesn't need her permission to date his son, basically to get over. And he put her into a match with Nia Jax, and Nia Jax, I'm pretty sure, is in jail for murder.
She rest in peace, Emma. Jesus, I think I blinked and that match was over. But yeah, I can't wait for Nia Jax to have that women's title.
Me neither. I'm officially sold on Nia Jax.
I liked her when she was back in NXT.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of people were telling me that she's too green and yada yada. It's like, well, yeah, she just fucking got there. Give her a while. I mean, now it's been probably over a year.
Yeah,
and she has come a very long way, I think.
Oh, look at the finisher of that match.
Oh, and just look at how awesome she was in that gauntlet match a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't wait for her to get the women's title. And it almost just seems like she'll be like the last one pushed to go for it. Because then it's like, as soon as she gets that one-on-one, it's over. Like, sorry, whoever the champ is at the time, but Nia Jax is going to eat you alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Nia Jax, a future women's champion. We here can't wait for that.
Well, and I don't want. I honestly, I love Alexa Bliss. Like Alexa Bliss, like Paige who?
Yeah.
Who? Like Alexa Bliss came along and she's like my new thing. She's been that way for actually a while. I started liking her back in NXT, but like, I don't want anyone to beat her but Nia Jax. Like, I would be okay if Nia Jax beat Alexa Bliss. Anyone else? No. Nia Jax? Okay, I'll allow it.
And I think that's how it's going to happen. I think, spoiler alert, I think Bayley's going to lose at SummerSlam, and the next challenger will be Nia, and Nia will be the one to take the belt off of Alexa. They've been teasing that match for weeks now, with Nia, like, oh, you owe me a title match, just letting you know, and they point at her and wink her eyes. I'm coming after you, Alexa. So, I'm excited for, I think the next women's champion will be Nia Jax, and I can't wait. So, let's move into this confrontation with Akira Tozawa, Titus O'Neil, and Neville and Arya Daivari. So, backstage interview with Tozawa, Charlie Caruso was interviewing Akira about Titus basically throwing in the towel for his match last week. He stormed out and basically told Titus to F off. Right during that interview, Titus O'Neil came out. He's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry," and Akira's like, Titus is like, "I went to Kurt Angle and I went to the medical staff and I got your match canceled." Okay, that's not how it works, but so Tozawa's like, "I'm just gonna go to the ring anyway," and he just marches down to the ring like a like a sad little kid with an arm injury, and we go to break, which was the worst commercial break timing I've ever seen.
Oh, is that the stupid Sonic commercial with Bailey and the Hardys?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we were in the middle of Akira pushed Titus O'Neil, and then they cut to a shot of his face and then went to commercial. What are you doing? What happened to Titus? Did Titus blow up or something? Because I don't think we saw Titus again after that commercial. So what happened during the commercial break that we didn't see? Ugh. So then Akira Tozawa cuts this little promo that I want Arya Daivari to come out to the ring and face me like a man. Neville's music drops. Basically says, I wanted to make sure you didn't forget who I am. I'm the king of the cruiserweights. And he comes out and attacks Tozawa. And then Daivari comes out and attacks both of them. I'm not sure where this is going. Do you?
Not sure. Don't really care.
Yeah.
The cruiserweight thing has been something that I have been talking very, very downly on the show since, I don't even know when. And it sucks. I don't like talking down on the cruiserweights because there's a lot of talent, a lot of guys I really like in the cruiserweight division. It's just what they are allowed to do and what they are given to do, I don't give a shit about.
Right.
I don't care about this stupid, my shoulder, and I don't get it. Why are you making your supposed number one contender, why you put him with Titus Brand and you're like, okay, finally, this might be cool. And then Titus Brand is just making him look like a little bitch.
Right.
And it's like, what are you doing? You're making your number one contender not look credible. I get what they're trying to do by having him say, oh, I don't quit, I'll still fight. But it's like, no, you still just kind of make him look like a bitch.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, I've said this multiple times. You go back and you look at what we got in the CWC tournament, and it's just match after match that was okay, that match was match of the year candidate. And then the next week you're like, okay, that match was match of the year candidate. And then you watch that whole tournament, and it made me and Chris, we weren't even pumped about watching NXT that week. We wanted NXT to get over so we could watch the CWC tournament.
Right.
Don't have that. I still have not watched a single episode of 205 Live. They have not given me one single goddamn good reason to watch that show. Everything they do on Monday Night Raw is just a fucking train wreck, or garbage fire, if you will. And it just sucks. I hate to say all that stuff because, like I said, there is a lot of talent in all those guys. It's just what creative is allowing them to do and giving them to do just sucks.
Yeah, I completely agree. You look back, we had, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano in the CWC, and now we get Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar with Alicia Fox.
Yeah. I mean, it's what? The fuck are you doing? I get it. They don't want Vince doesn't want the cruiserweights to outshine the main roster guys.
Right.
Well, then don't have them on Raw.
Right.
Don't have them on Raw and let those fuckers tear the house down on 205 Live.
Right.
You really want to make it the hottest hour on the network during the week, or the hottest hour on whatever fucking night it's on, the Tuesday?
Yeah.
That's how much I don't even care. I don't even know what day of the week it's on. But take them off Raw, then you don't have to worry about them outshining your main roster stars, and let them do what they did in the CWC on freaking 205 Live. Then maybe I'll start caring and other people. So I know, I've read group threads and everything. Nobody, I mean, CWC right now, or not CWC, but the Cruiserweight division right now is getting the same treatment that the women's matches did before, like Sasha and Bayley and Charlotte and all them came along with the women's revolution.
Right.
Like, they're the bathroom breaks now, and it's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to move in quickly to the match with Bayley and Sasha. Great match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
This match, I think, was match of the night, in my opinion. I've always enjoyed Bayley versus Sasha. They tear the house down every time those two go at it. So, of course, Bayley was victorious. Sasha Banks hit a frog splash from the top rope, and then Bayley reversed it into a pin, pinned Sasha for the number one contendership for the Raw Women's Championship. Poor Sasha. Sasha, I don't know what's going on with her lately, but she has been, ever since her run with the Raw Women's Championship with Charlotte, hasn't been that close to the title belt since.
I saw a rumor that she might have some kind of backstage heat. I can't remember the source or anything, so I don't know how credible the source was, but that was a rumor going around for a while because, I even thought, I'm like, what the hell are they doing with Sasha? She went from having these amazing back-to-back matches with Charlotte, and then she gets into a fucking feud with Alicia Fox and freaking OM Dar with Cedric Alexander.
It was Rich Swann.
Or Rich Swann, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, what? Like, she's really fallen off, too. Had a couple decent matches here and there, but I think last night was one of the best matches she's had in a long time. Probably since that last match she had with Charlotte, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That I can think of off the top of my head. But Bayley is another one that, like, when they called her up, I don't think they have done her any justice whatsoever.
No.
And I think last night I think was the first beacon of hope I've seen for Bayley since she's been on the main roster. And it sucks to say that because she's already been a former women's champion.
Right.
But that victory was tainted with Sasha's help. She defended it. That was also tainted with Sasha's help. And then she lost it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And hopefully, they give Bayley a little, I don't want to say a little bit more rudeness, but some form of character. The lovable, kind, sweet girl that Bayley is not cutting it on the main roster. She needs to
they put her on the back burner for a while too. After she lost the women's title, she was losing here and there. Then she got into this feud with Alexa Bliss, and we had that Extreme Rules match.
Don't remember.
Where it's like, okay, that was the equivalent of Cena and Lesnar from a couple SummerSlams ago. Where freaking Alexa Bliss just destroyed her. And she didn't even get the kendo stick first. So it's like, okay, she gets has this great match with Sasha, gets a legit victory. And like I said, for me, that's the first beacon of hope I've seen for Bayley in a long time.
Right. So, really quickly, I do want to go over the Revival and Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson.
Say yeah!
Say yeah! It was an okay match. I hope they do something a little bit more with Gallows and Anderson soon. I was hoping that the team that was attacking Breezango over on SmackDown was Gallows and Anderson.
Well, we still don't know.
It's true. We still don't know. And we'll probably find out tonight. Of course, the show recorded on Tuesday afternoons. So we'll probably find out tonight who that tag team is. I've heard rumors that it's Riddick Moss and crap, I'm forgetting the other person from NXT. But I don't know. In my personal opinion, I hope it's Gallus and Anderson, because they are not doing anything over on Raw, and they need some form of syringe in the arm to help them. And I think a move over to SmackDown, some fresh faces to battle with. They can even get back into a feud with the New Day. I'd be okay with that. I enjoyed their feud with the New Day. Asterisks and quick note on that: if they bring back the old day, I will kill someone.
The old day.
Oh my god! Oh, if you're listening to my voice, if you want a cringeworthy moment of the day, go back and watch the segment with Gallus and Anderson where they introduced the old day. It was the worst 10 minutes of my life. I'm pretty sure I died. But after the match, the Hardy Boys come out and go to attack the Revival. The Revival hits the Shatter Machine on Anderson during the match to win after the distraction from the Hardys. And then after the match, the Hardys ran out and hit Poetry in Motion and Twist of Fate on the Revival. And then Dash Wilder was able to escape right before Jeff hit the Swanton Bomb on them. So, of course, they're continuing their feud with the Revival, most likely to get some sort of match at SummerSlam. That'll probably be a pre-show match of some kind. Moving forward into SummerSlam. So the last match of the night was the main event match, the handicap 2-on-3 match with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, effectively the mini Shield, with the Miz, Taraj, and the Miz. I want to ask you this, and I want to ask you this very delicately, my friend. What do you think is going on with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins? Is this the start of something the fans want? Or do you think they're just teasing it to be dicks?
I think they're just teasing it to be dicks because, as much as everyone wants a Shield reunion, which, quite honestly, if they want to save Roman Reigns and make him over again, I think that's what you do. You reunite the Shield. Because, in my opinion, I think, other than turning him full-on heel, if they reunited the Shield, that may help get him over again. But I think they're just teasing us to be dicks because, Dean Ambrose has got the Intercontinental title thing going on. Seth Rollins has kind of weaseled his way into the picture now. Right. And then Roman Reigns is too busy with Strowman and Lesnar and Samoa Joe. So I don't see them branching him off of that anytime soon.
Right.
So to me, it's like, okay, you're doing it to tease us and give us hope, but ideally, logically, what they're doing in the stories right now, it's not even close to making sense.
Yeah. Honestly, my friend, I hope you're wrong, but I agree.
I hope I'm wrong too.
So Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins get the win. A great combination at the end. The Miz has Dean in looking for the skull-crushing finale. Seth springboard knee into Miz and then right into Dirty Deeds for the win. So they're celebrating at the end, and Seth Rollins goes to put his fist in the in the center like the Shield used to do, and Ambrose just kind of looks at it and just is like, just rolls out of the ring. Do you think a heel turn for Dean Ambrose is coming?
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would really like that.
I completely agree.
Babyface Dean Ambrose has done absolutely nothing for me in a very, 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 very long time. Probably since Mitch.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are scratching your heads wondering what the fuck I'm talking about when he had his Ambrose Asylum show on SmackDown, and he had Mitch the Potted Plant out all the time, and would always refer to Mitch like he was a person. And it was funny. It was funny. Yeah. But sometimes there's a time to be funny, and like, okay, I get it. Like, those were the times to be funny on your little TV show. But like when it comes to your promos and stuff like that, I don't think funny gets over for Dean, because he's supposed to be the lunatic fringe, the crazy guy. Being funny only works for certain people, and I don't think it always works for Dean. I think it's hit or miss. Mm-hmm. It's either all or nothing. But he can give us promos like he did when he was talking to John Cena about, being a part-timer and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, wow. That was one of Dean's best promos I've seen in a long time. I think that was when him, AJ, and like Cena were all feuding. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the best Dean promos I've seen in forever. I'm like, that's the Dean I want. That's the Dean I miss. That's the Dean I think is world champion material. Not funny hot dog cart pushing Dean Ambrose.
Squirting ketchup and mustard everywhere. And
yeah.
Yeah. So, scale of 1 to 10, how did you enjoy Monday Night Raw?
I don't know, probably I'd say 6.5, 7-ish. Mm-hmm. There were parts that really sucked for me, and then parts that are really cool. I can't stand this whole Kurt Angle's my father crap.
I skipped it for a reason.
I can't stand it.
But I
do gotta say, I love seeing Kurt Angle smile.
That's fair.
There's just something about seeing that man smile that I think just brings joy to people. And I love that every time he comes out, he embraces the "you suck" part. The crowd still does it because they did it to his music when he was a bad guy. Even though now he's a Hall of Famer, legend, general manager,
right.
They still chant it, and he just goes along with it, and everyone's happy. But I think the only good thing to come out of that segment so far was someone synced up like a video package to when Peter Griffin sings the My Black Son on Family Guy.
My Black Son.
And
oh my God.
It's just funny because it fits perfectly. And then I don't know, the video is really funny. I think that's the best thing we've gotten out of it.
Yeah, we have the video up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ERNetwork247. I remember the first time I saw that, I was laughing the entire time because it was just perfect.
It came out quick too, because it's like someone saw that segment and right away they're like, "I'm making this video."
Yeah, for me, Raw was a good 7. I thoroughly enjoyed Raw again after the dumpster fire that was Battleground. So I was thoroughly impressed with Monday Night Raw. So looking forward to SummerSlam again for the Elite Ringside Network. We'll of course have Smack Talk tomorrow with myself and somebody else to be determined. We'll have somebody on the show for tomorrow, and then we've got. For SummerSlam, for the Elite Ringside Network Heavyweight Championship, it is me challenging Chris again for the belt. We do want to congratulate our good listener Chad Knight, who won the Open Invitational to be the third member of that title match. So congratulations, Chad. We will see you at SummerSlam. So, any final thoughts coming out of Monday Night Raw, my friend?
Not really, but I do want to ask you, have you seen this new WWE Tapper game for mobile devices? I
was gonna download it today because I saw the commercial last night.
I'm actually playing it right now.
I'm watching you play it.
It's pretty fun. I like it. They just had a tournament that finished yesterday at 11 o'clock, and I got pretty high in the tournament. I was, out of everyone that played, I was ranked 27th.
Dang.
So I got pretty high up there, probably because I literally downloaded this game, I think, the day it came out, and had been playing it. But I got a 3-star Chris Jericho and a 2-star Alexa Bliss out of that.
Hey.
For my rewards. And it's, I don't know. It's just a tapper game. You don't even really have to do much to it.
Just tap. Okay.
Just tap, but I always build up my guys around me extra songs, so I don't even have to tap unless I want to.
Okay.
It's pretty fun. Give it a shot, see what you think, and let me know.
Yeah, we'll throw a link up at our Facebook page as well for our listeners to download that as well. So, yeah, I thought, again, after again, the dumpster fire that was Battleground, Monday Night Raw was good. It kind of made me look forward to the Raw portion of SummerSlam going in. I'm excited for SmackDown tonight as well to kind of see the after effects of Battleground, and hopefully we can move forward to a better SummerSlam for SmackDown. So, thank you all for listening to Raw Review here today on the Elite Ringside Network. I want to thank AJ Jensen for sticking out here with me on Raw Review. So we will see you guys tomorrow for Smack Talk. So until then, for AJ Jensen, Chris Lockman, everybody here at the Elite Ringside Network, I am Spencer Hart saying have a good one. We will see you guys tomorrow for Smack Talk. Later!